This ancient writer's account is clearly biased and unrealistic. He's the only source we have. Historians of ancient history. Caesar arriving in Egypt and discovering Pompey is dead. Happy 18th birthday. I have a surprise for you. You've been drafted and are going to Vietnam. The Portuguese delegate on his way to claim all of Africa at the Berlin Conference. Cupbearers in movies. Taste my food, cupbearer. No, what if it's poisoned? Cupbearers in reality. Taste my food, cupbearer. Oh my god, oh my god. This is the greatest honor. World. Do you seriously need so many Dane colonies? Britain. You wouldn't get it. Just as in fiction. Please stop making fun of me. I only wish to be freed from this living nightmare. Just as in reality. I'm fed, clothed, well paid. I can insult the king without consequences, and I'm in some cases among his most important advisors. Everyone else during World War I. But I hate this gas masks, you can't see shit. Russians. You guys are getting masks. When at any point of history, he says he owns land. Latin American. Man, I sure love free and democratic elections. United States. Allow us to introduce ourselves. Other countries. We declare independence. No, you can't do that. Nepal in 1788. Please become independent. No. Today I will go fishing in the North Sea. Clueless. Would you look at that? The Russian Baltic Fleet. What are they doing all the way out here? 1907 Dogger Bank incident. All the roads in the world. All the railroads in the world. All the seaports in the world. Japan's allies in May 1945. The war to end all wars, when the Second World War walks in. Stop giving me your toughest battles. It is literally your job. Give me harder battles. What the frick? Franklin D. Roosevelt. Polio. British-French rivalry. We are the most iconic rivals in history. Yes. Dutch-Sea rivalry. I did again FM. Marie Antoinette in movies. Let them eat cake. Marie Antoinette in reality. Funds home for unwed mothers and buys grain for those in need. Also decadent like most monarchs. European leaders dividing up the Ottoman Empire. I'm not very good at it, but it doesn't matter. Germany asking Mexico to invade America. England intercepting the message. That moment when your country used to be one of the strongest, biggest and most influential empire in the entire history of the world, only to turn into a nation that just exists. Come to the trenches. We have silly string, party wagons, fun puzzles, spicy air. What's that? We are from the future. Whoa, no way. This is so cool. Huh. Ottoman soldiers after a battle with Vlad the Impaler. Oh, look at that, I've been impaled. Other countries. We are declaring independence. No, you are an integral part of our country. Meanwhile in Southeast Asia. Malaysia. Get out. Singapore. Okay. Thomas Jefferson trying to negotiate the Louisiana Purchase from the French in 1803. I have $3. I'm so glad I can be part of this war. I sure hope we'll be back for Christmas. 4 years later. Please free me from this living nightmare. Testing nukes in the desert for an isolated testing environment. Testing a nuke which shatters the windows of anything 900 kilometers away. Nuking some island in the Pacific and getting mad at New Zealand when they try to stop you. Testing nukes suspiciously close to where the natives live. Cuba must be blocked from world trade until they replace communism with democracy. We are opening up trade with communist China, which will surely turn them into a capitalist democracy. The world powers waiting to officiate the armistice until 11 AM on 11th of 11th, just because it sounded cool, letting thousands die in the morning leading up to it. We did it, Patrick. We ended war forever. People who play Assassin's Creed. History teachers. Chinese emperors when the function has liquid mercury. When you are a French vassal, but you own more France than France does. Do you feel in charge? How I greet my friends in public. When I'm alone. When I'm with my mom. Irish Republicans thinking about the best idea for a present for the upcoming visit of Margaret Thatcher. A bomb. When your daughter wants to be treated like a princess, and she finds out she's being married off to the heir to the Belgian throne. They don't know this poster is actually satire. 2017. What's that? We are from the future. No way. This is so cool. Huh. Receives the German Iron Cross. Not long later receives the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire. Refuses to elaborate. The entire world to France during the Dreyfus affair. Why did you do this? I'd expect this sort of behavior from Russia, but from you? State of Georgia. General T. Sherman. Abe Lincoln. The Confederates. Mussolini trying to escape Italy after plastering his face literally everywhere for 17 years. When the Confederate ironclad doesn't even have a rotating turret. Pathetic. Medieval knight on the march in fiction. Maybe we should stop and protect the women and children from bandits. Medieval knight on the march in reality. Sack the village, gather all the food and the young women. Stalin is highly suspicious of doctors, persecutes them. Stalin has stroke. No doctors are available to help. Stalin. When you're the oldest, biggest, and most intact of the wonders of the ancient world. Me, history fan, reading about anything that happened before 1750. Call yourself a great power. Think you can take more of everyone's stuff. Build big armies and navy to match that. Cannot even conquer Belgium during the entire duration of Great War. Tigris River, Euphrates River, Mesopotamia. When people say Thanos is bad because he wanted to eliminate everyone and begin all over again. I'm so sorry for what my ancestors did. No, we did not commit any war crimes. My grandfather was a war criminal. Soviets thinking that surely 5,000 men and 10 tanks will be enough to punch through Afghanistan's Salam Pass. Shah Massoud. I'm about to end this man's whole career. Get a Greek wooden horse. Look inside. Greeks. My heart. When somebody simps about Japan. When somebody talks about Cold War and explains mechanics. Prussia. Random country. Hey Denmark, want to help us in this war? Denmark, no, not really. Random country, it's against Sweden. Denmark. 200,000 units ready, with 1 million more well on the way. When a Serb kills an Austrian in Bosnia, so you, an Englishman, must fight the Germans in France. Boycott all British goods. Ask them nicely to stop the taxes. They say no. Revolution. Ancient Rome haters, when they realize it wasn't a brutal imperialist slave state, but was actually just guys with cool armor and big marble buildings. I get it now. Mop. Phineas and Ferb are tearing down the walls of Constantinople with Mem II. They're using cannons to tear down the walls. Just come look. Let's invade Russia. 1 month later. I surrender. I'm cold. Please feed me. Medieval kings really were like, that's my emotional support, silly little guy. Archaeologists in 1839. When the oldest written story from the oldest civilization starts within those old days. Eastern Roman Empire exists. Bulgaria dips. Italy in 1793, if Corsica didn't become French territory. Unlimited power. Abolish the monarchy. Spread republicanism throughout Europe. Fail and have the monarchy restored. I dare you to charge into a heavily fortified trench system, armed with machine guns, snipers and artillery. World War I troops. That's not a dare, that's Tuesday. Internet weirdos trying to convince people that Louis XVI and Marie Antoinette are tragic figures that deserve sympathy. People who know that they petitioned the Holy Roman Empire to invade France to keep them in power. Dr. Leonid Rogozov realizing he needs an appendectomy, but there aren't any other surgeons within 1,000 plus miles. Shame. Austria getting away with no blame for either world war despite ostensibly starting both. Hitler survives 42 plots for his assassination. Also Hitler. How do I point this at myself? French peasants, we are starving, we've been hit by a famine, and you're not doing anything to help. French monarchy, orchestra, play something sad. Me, punch my friend as a joke in Minecraft. Here's 60 dogs. Americans, dumps 50 boxes of tea into the Boston Harbor. Crab at the bottom. America in the 80s. Britain in the 80s. Between the House of Bourbon and the Habsburg dynasty, the rising power of Sweden under. Hey, yeah? Just say Catholics versus Protestants. Learning Spanish because your school makes you. Learning Spanish in order to better yourself. Learning Spanish to communicate with new and interesting people. Learning Spanish so you can yell at Argentines online about who owns the Falklands. Early history according to modern society. Early history according to Proto-Indo-Europeans. Union armies preparing for the Civil War. Oh boy, I'm gonna take out so many rebels with my rapid-fire repeater rifle. US War Department worried about the cost of ammunition and logistics. The F you are. When you help the British to kick the French out of America. When you realize you need the French to kick the British out of America. Trade offer. I receive nothing, haha. Don't worry about it. You receive a big wooden horse. Augustus making the same joke about asparagus for the 70th time. Augustus's entire family. Nikola Tesla's life be like. Burn through savings on a project. Project fail or is stolen. Burn through savings on a project. Project fail or is stolen. Burn through savings on a project. Safety. Liberty. Mom. Who is your favorite? Sweetie, I love you both equally. It's you, and by a lot. The first time you look into the past of companies created before the 1940s. Why the F are so many of them war profiteers? The Confederacy starting one of the most destructive wars in human history over a completely antiquated system of agricultural production. Please do not pet the radioactive puppies of Chernobyl. Bleat.